These fish are just immaculate. Forget the carp, today's about big bream and big tench. This isn't about how many, it's about stunning fish and a beautiful venue. This has got to be one of my favourite ways of fishing. Big tench in the spring, what could be better? Well, I'm here today at the lovely Linford complex near Newport Pagnell. We're fishing on Blackhorse Lake, and hopefully I can show you guys how to catch some of the nice bream and tench that are in here. We're not going to get many fish. I'm sitting on peg 11, hopefully get a few pulls, but if we get a fish it'll be a decent bream or a decent tench. I fished a match the weekend and came third on the Specimen Lake behind us. I had a tench, £8 1 ounce, beautiful fish, biggest tench I've ever caught, so a bit excited about today really, see what we can catch. I've already pre-baited it. I've got a little bit of a range of baits, but I've mixed up some Sonia baits, super crushed green, with a little bit of the dark sweet skimmer and a little bit of crushed hemp. And I've got a little bit of the party mix of casters, some chopped up sweet corn, a few micro pellets, the F1 Sonia baits micro pellets, and some dead maggot. I've put in 7 or 8 large 30 gram cage feeder in at about 37 metres. I've not gone too far because I'm sitting here on my own, and the fish tend to come in now because it's like spawning time, so I don't think they'd be right out at distance. The lake is probably 4 or 5 foot deep. I've got to count a one and a bit on a 30 gram feeder, cage feeder. I'm going to start with worm and dead maggot on the hook, change to a bunch of dead maggots, but I think it'd be probably an hour or so before we get a bite. Well, we're going to fish for about 3 hours, and hopefully I can get some of the nice fish that are in here and show you guys what condition they're in. So let's get fishing. The other week when I was on the other side, I had nothing for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and then I just had a bite of chuck for 3 hours. I had a few small rudd, a few perch, 2 small skimmers, but I had 1 carp about £2. Lots of bites, but no, none of these proper bites that I'm after. I've got 2 little ducklings down here with a mother I keep feeding. They're so brave, I could literally pick them up, I think, or feed them by hand, bless them. I've got a good bite on here, that's a big fish. But it might be a liner. So there's fish in that area. A lovely bite that was. It took a half hour, but not sure what it is, whether it is a bream or it might be a perch. I just pulling it through a bit of weed out there. It's not a tench. Maybe a rudd or perch. I'm not sure. It's not fighting like a bream, but it's a lovely bite. Yeah, I was right. I was pulling it through weed, a lot of weed out. There's a lovely bite though, but had me going for a bit, but it's a start. See, with the weed, I've pulled it through the weed, and that was giving me the false vibes that, oh, it's slightly bigger than what it is, but it's not a blank anyway. Let's pick a nice sized dendro, not a too big a dendro bean, a whole one. A couple of dead maggots. Next time. Next one will be a decent one. Well, that then was a lovely liner. So much so, I thought it carried on going. I picked up, but so that tells me there's fish. Obviously, between my feeder and my rod top, they could be anywhere. But I should imagine that area. Imagine a big bream, £7, 5 to £7, covers a lot of area. It's gonna catch the line. I've definitely had 3 good liners, so there's some big fish out there, but they may be really close in the sedges. Maybe they're looking to spawn, but oh, that went right round. That must have been a liner. I thought that'd be on. Literally just gone out there, whacked it right round. It had to be a liner. That was incredible, that was. Yes, there we have it. Lovely bite then. That was a lovely bite. There's 2 ducks were going over me line. I thought they had caught me line, and then they'd gone by and it was still sort of going. Just had the feeling I'd get one because I had a few liners, but cool, I thought it'd come off then. That was a wind catching the braid. Oh, he's on. Oh, see him on the top there. Beautiful fish. The wind is so strong though. Right on the edge of the sedges there, coming in. That's it, I got him past there. He's right on the edge. Should be okay now as it pulls off. Lovely fish. What a beauty. Swap hands Polly. Just wrapped in the line now. Just hopefully get him before he unwraps. There we are, got him. Get in there. Oh. Nearly 2 hours. How's that for a bream? Oh, beautiful fish. I would say that is £4 or £5. Beautiful fish, probably £5. Oh, a lovely fish. Absolutely immaculate. There we go. Let's see if we can get another one. I want his dad. Well, that was an hour and probably nearly 2 hours actually. But I'd had a couple of small fish, I was getting bites. The ducks went over the line, the tip was going. And then the ducks had gone way past it and it was still going. Not a real big pull round, but I can't see as that would be on its own. Must be another one there, surely. One point on casting, it's very easy to say I'll just hit the right spot every time and you'll catch, but what I tend to do is I'll pick a marker. I'm out at probably 35 metres. I'll overcast, but punching it to overcast at my target, so as if I'm going past it, and then you bring the rod back as it lands, so you want to land your feeder gently, not with a big sploosh, and then you know you're hitting the right spot each time. You just bring the rod, cast, overcast, bring the rod back. As it hits the right spot, you take all the tension out of the line and you virtually pull it into place, as hopefully you'll see this time with my cack-handedness. So I'm aiming at my target, I'll come back, overcast as it goes, bring the rod back, feel it and laid it down. I just feel the tension out, and when I'm coming down, my rod's at the same place on the rod rest. I know it's the exact same spot each time. Obviously within half a metre each side, you're there or thereabouts. The more accurate you can be, hopefully the more you'll catch. Sometimes with the wind you can allow to go a little bit either way, but if as long as you punch it hard enough and you've got the right weight feeder, a lot of anglers fish too light a feeder for the conditions with the wind. Just a slightly heavier feeder will get you to your spot each time. Oh, another one. That was a lovely bite, that one. Have they found me bait? Oh, this is lovely, this is. It's now definitely swimming at me because it felt a decent size and now it feels just like a small fish, but it's definitely a bream coming in at me. The lovely action of this rod. It's just beautiful. Is it bigger than the last one? Maybe not. Holly swap. Lovely fish just wrapped in the line. Oh, in you go. Oh, I think it's a bit bigger. Oh, definitely bigger. Look at that. What a fish. Oh. What a mouth this bream's got on it. Gee. Unbelievable. Let's hold this one up and show you. How about that for a bream? Look at that beauty. Much bigger than the other one. Absolutely immense. Look at the size of that. Right, let's get another. A little tip there, when you get the slime on the line, just pull it all the way down to the hook. Put the hook in your finger and then just wipe it on your tail. It just takes it all off. It's not trying to flick it off. Just a quicker way to get it off your line. Right. There's a whole dendrobina through the head and 2 dead reds. I mean, the mouth on those 2 bream is enormous, so there's nothing sucking that into them. I'll probably put 2 or 3 worms on there, they'd still suck it in. Just got a marker on carcass 2 out there. Up on the hill bit there's some housing, there's a tree sticking above them and that's my marker. Try and keep your feed tight so the fish move in on it. Makes it a smaller target for you to catch on, or an easier target. Oh, it's a skimmer. Lovely bite that was. Probably your best bite, but it's his dad, his mum or dad I want. That was on just a bunch of dead maggots. I'll try that again. That was a lovely bite, that was. Just a bunch of dead reds. Just changed it. I had that skimmer just over a pound, now I've got a proper bream. It was a lovely bite, pull forward and drop back. Well, I was getting a lot of little indications and I've been feeding some dead reds and I thought, well, it's worth a try. It's a change bait can be, looks like a bunch of bloodworms on the hook. And I chucked it out and had a skimmer just over a pound. Thought I'll give it another chuck. Now I've got this one, just can work, change of bait, but better than a bunch of, although I'm feeding casts as well, a bunch of dead reds is brilliant bait for bream. And it's done the trick. Felt bigger than the other 2, this bream, but maybe it's a smaller fish that's fighting hard. Quite into there. Oh, well, that's a tench then, for it might be a tench. Well, it's a tench. Unbelievable. Look at that. I thought that was a big bream. It's a tench. Never thought like a tench at all. Proper little tinker he is. Look at him. What a beauty. Right, I'll just take you through my setup for this video. The rod I'm using is the Ultra Pro range. This is a distance feeder. This is a 3.7 metre, 12 foot. The tip I've got in there is 1.5 ounces, obviously, because you don't want a too light a tip. There's a lot of pull with the wind. As you've seen, it's been very windy today. I think 1.5 ounces is just right. Though sometimes it's been pulling round, but I just let a little bit of line off the reel just to drive it back a little bit. I've got a submerged braid. On the reels, the X Pro 4000, which I think is ideal for this sort of fishing. We're not chucking too far, silly distances. That'll chuck quite comfortably 50, 60 metres. I've got a shock leader on there of Horizon Sinking Monophant 024, which is £12. And I've got that on there with 3 to 4 turns of the mono on the actual spool, which gives me, when I'm playing the fish, I come to land it, it just acts as a shock absorber. There's no, if it was like braid direct, any sun lunges, you can pull out the fish. I've got one of our medium cage feeders, 30 gram, you can see there. I've got a fixed paternoster coming off the shock leader to one of the hook length swivels with 016 power micron to a XB X1B finesse feeder hook, one of our new patterns. Absolutely love this hook, it's superb. Although that's a 14, I've got a 12 on. And that's the setup. Very simple, very effective, and as you've seen, it's worked a treat. We've had some lovely bream in this session today, but I'd like to catch one of those lovely tench. I've had one nice tench, but there's tench in here, double figures, and I'd love to catch one of those. The only way I can think in my mind of probably getting one is like with a big worm on and a few dead reds, but what's the best bait's worked for me is a bunch of dead reds. So I'm just going to pan out on dead reds this next sort of half hour before we wrap it up. Just see if I can get one of those. And I've got a feel I might. I mean, conditions are right now, but just don't know. That's why it's fishing and not catching. But let's give it a go. Only opted to fish at 35 metres. It was a cleanish bottom out there. The way the wind was, it's eased a little bit now. Well, I just felt I could control it just that. Although it was a short distance, I didn't see any point in going further. I chucked further, it's no deeper. You've probably got 4.5 foot, 5 foot maximum anywhere. It's just quite flat. And with the way the wind is, I can control it better there, and obviously no one's around me. The only difference would be in a match with people next to you, maybe to go further, or you could have two lines. But I think it's always trying to keep it as close to you as you can that you can control. There's no point in going 70, 80 metres and you're not going to be able to keep it tight. You must try and, well, the wind's blowing again now, must try and keep control of where you're fishing on your feeder. It's no good chucking it all over the place, like having a short line and a longer line, but only go as long as you can control that area. And that's given what the wind's like to actually cast to that spot. No, I think I made the right choice. Just I could control it shorter. It's been easier. It was a clearer bottom there, but the same depth however far out you go. I think I made the right choice. Had some nice fish off it. We fished about 3.5 hours. I think I'll have a couple more casts, and then we'll have a look at what we got. Well, I said I'd have one more cast, and straight round it's gone, and feels like another bream. Probably one of them sessions where I don't want to pack up. Oh, another lovely fish, look at that. Well, there we are, that short session. What could be better than a few lovely bream and a lovely tench and one little skimmer? Well, I didn't catch the beast that I come to catch, but I will be back, definitely. Let's just get these back in the water. I hope you've enjoyed it, because I certainly have. Where can you go and catch fish like this? Here at Linford Lakes. Let's get them back in the water.